we're starting a podcast. We want to be able to be more relational with our customers and give you guys just more of a conversation than just trying to sell you things. And we want to talk about a lot more than we have time for really on a YouTube video or Facebook video or Instagram.
I got things to say.
So we're just going to start talking. So we have a couple things we're going to talk about today. Take it away. I'm going to try to keep them on track.
Keep your expectations low. But we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to keep doing this. And I have no idea where this thing is going to go or what the vision for it.
Or if anybody's even going to listen.
Probably not.
But
I'm just going to keep doing it. Yeah, I mean, eventually we will have goals and stuff for it. And I would like to have people on and that, have something to do with our field or whatever. Yeah, I have no idea what this thing is going to turn into. I don't know what we might call it. Triple Oaks Podcast. I don't know. We'll
Suggestions
see.
are welcome.
Yeah,
We'll take suggestions.
So today, the two things we're going to talk about, we're going to try to keep this like pretty short and brief, and just for the first one, pretty light. We wanted to talk about, we're in one market this year, one farmer's market this year. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the herd share program, because we are getting ready to go into a new month, which means we start new customers. So we thought we could answer some kind of like commonly asked questions about the herd share program. So the first thing, let's talk about the market.
No, make that last. So you have to stick around for the whole video, because we get asked a lot about why we're not in a certain market this year. So we'll save that for the end of the video. You got to watch the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll talk about why we're not in the Forest Farmers Market. We'll let everybody know why. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the herd share program. So what is a herd share program?
And why can you not just buy raw
say
milk by the gallon? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So from the top, I'm going to say it is illegal to sell raw milk, unpasteurized milk, for human consumption in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So what a herd share contract is it's a redefining of ownership. You are purchasing a portion of the herd, and then you are paying us a service fee to milk your cow, so that you are not buying a good, since that is illegal. You are paying for a service. You own the cow, you pay us in Haven Woods Dairy to milk your cow, and then we give you your milk. That's a 4-page contract summarized as simply as I've figured out how to make it. It is silly, in my opinion. I don't think you should have to sign any type of contract as an American, as a Virginian, to purchase food. But that's the position that we're in. Something we talk about often is like, are herd shares in Virginia legal? And that's a great question, and I don't know if I really know how to answer that question that well. I operate as if they are not. The reason being is, not just the state of Virginia, but the country gives us examples of, governments coming in and overstepping their boundaries into these private, contractual agreements, pretty often. So I treat it accordingly. So herd shares are legal in Virginia under private contract law. That being said, if the Commonwealth of Virginia honored all private contracts, I could pretty much write whatever I wanted, and as long as the two parties signed it, the state would absolve itself. But I don't consider it legal when you call VDAX, call the dairy department of VDAX, and ask them if herd shares are legal in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and enjoy the dance that they put on.
So we don't know really
I guess
where
it's a
this
good
all
question.
started.
Is it legal to run a herd share program?
But we're doing it, and lots of other farms in the area do it. But I think a really important part is we obviously don't have a dairy on our farm. So how did we start working with Havenwoods Farm? We'll kind of give you like the backstory on that, like how our two farms operate together and what our roles are in the herd share. So we became friends with Myron and Heidi Yoder when we moved into our home almost 8 years ago, and our relationship just started as friends. And so then, you know, Bryson and Myron started working together, and I'll kind of let you.
Yeah, I started working for Myron as we kind of started Triple Oaks Farm, I guess roughly around the same time they were building out Havenwoods Farm. And I was working for Myron at the time, and he had a few people that would come and get milk from the dairy. You know, nothing
family,
really, nothing
nothing-
formal or
yeah.
anything. And one of the things that he asked me to take over was his herd share program. And you know, there was no like type of paperwork or anything like that.
was just
there
like
was
a
no
handshake
packaging.
deal.
You know, people
Yeah.
you could just fill up whatever. And so what I did was, that's totally cool, man. Wouldn't it be cool to run the whole herd share program like that? But
It's just not scalable really, and it's
well, it's not convenient.
it's not a
yeah.
convenience for people.
So what we did was when I took over that program, the first thing I was doing was getting the actual contract in order, you know, on paper, and we hashed that out, both families, us and them, on what, you know, on particular wording and stuff like that. And then just started advertising it, marketing it, talking about it, because I think it's important. I forgot to say this. I'm so passionate about this because at the beginning of the day, this is an incredible product. I had never drank milk like that before, and man, every day when I take that first sip, you know, after supper every night, I just smile because it's so good. And I grew up on skim milk, like a nerd, and never really drank milk as an adult because I guess I just related milk to skim milk, and it was kind of trash. And then, like when I was in the Army, whatever milk they were serving was like super trash. So I didn't have any type of relationship with milk. But when I drank the first sip of unpasteurized milk straight from the farm, right out of the cow, from a Jersey cow with that thick cream, oh my goodness gracious, it's so good. So I am a consumer of the product, you know. That's how I got into this. It's so good. I loved it, and then, you know, things developed and changed, and you know, as we scaled it. When I took over, when I started managing the herd share program, it quickly became evident that it was going to be a lot. It was going to be pretty busy. It was going to be a lot to manage on both ends. Running and managing the dairy, and then managing this herd share program. So as the two grew, meaning as the herd share program and Havenwoods grew and Triple Oaks Farm grew, it just was natural that Triple Oaks became the distributors and the managers of the product, and then Havenwoods is the producer. And what is beautiful about this is that decision to kind of, when we made that decision to like really define roles back then, which was, I mean, it's not that long ago, like less than a year ago, what we know now is that was totally the right decision, because there's no way that I could, or Mackenzie could, you know, milk cows or manage the herd or manage the ground and the soil or manage the equipment that manages the crops. So I mean, the herd health, the milking equipment, the logistics of all that stuff. There's so much going on in and of the dairy itself. There's no way that we could do any of that and manage the herd share program. So,
and the rest of our business.
Right, and the rest of our business. So that decision that we made, man, that was the right move, and I'm glad that we did that early. Because I think it makes everything much more efficient, and I think ultimately it's going to make this thing very sustainable. And we've seen that, you know, in our first year, just over a year now managing the program. So that's kind of how it works. Havenwoods is the dairy, Triple Oaks Farm is the distributors. We handle basically their job. They get the milk in the tank, and then from there is where we take over with putting the milk in the bottles. So we do packaging, we do logistics, we do all the ordering, and
all the stuff on the website to get people signed up.
Yeah, all the marketing,
the contracts, all that.
All of the just basically customers.
Okay, so the way that we get people signed up is through our website. So that is the easiest way, the most efficient way to process orders. So when you log on to our website, you will go to our online store and you'll click on Herd Share. Within that tab, you'll see two options. There's a Herd Share starter package, and then there's a half Herd Share starter package. So the full package gets you 1 gallon of milk every week. You can get as many shares as you need. So if your family needs 2 gallons of milk a week, you would purchase 2 shares. If you can't go through a gallon of milk a week, that's what our half share option is for. That gets you 1 gallon of milk every other week. And we tell people our milk lasts for 2 weeks at least, well into 3, as long as you keep it properly cold in your refrigerator. So we don't have an issue with our half share members saying that their milk is not lasting them. So when you go in there and select your package, it is a $30 one-time sign-up fee. That is your purchase of the share. If you ever need to get out of the share, if you move, if it's not working for your family, whatever reason, we refund that money back to you. So that money is just kind of holding your spot. After that $30 one-time sign-up fee, for the full share, it's $40 a month. That is the flat rate. We have a few places you can pick up your milk. If you choose to pick up from our farm, that is the most affordable way to get your milk. All you pay is that $40 a month. That's it. If we deliver your milk to one of our pickup locations, there's an additional $3 per week for delivery that gets billed all at the beginning of the month. So you'll see the $40 plus either $12 or $15 for delivery, depending on how many weeks are in that month. So all of it comes out at one time. We deliver milk every week to George's in Forest. It used to be Ayler's on 221. Marsh Roots Seafood, which is on Bedford Avenue, downtown Lynchburg. Rustburg Massage, located in the town of Rustburg, and then XTP Fitness and Appomattox. So those are a few pickup locations. We are currently working on branching out and finding more pickup locations to reach, out a little bit more in the community. But for now, those are the places you can pick up your milk.
So if anybody hears this and you know of a spot in, say, South Boston or Danville or Charlottesville or Roanoke, send us a line or something and we'll look into it.
It doesn't need much. You need a place to keep your milk cold, refrigerator. We like to work with just about anybody. So if you have a suggestion or you know of anything, let us know. But so everything's done on the website. So when you go on there, you'll create an account, you'll choose your package, you will put in your credit card information. This is super important and kind of one spot that people get hung up. This is the one thing that we do ask that we pay by credit card. We love cash for lots of other things, but in this situation, it's much more efficient to run card payments. So make sure you put in your credit card information, and then you'll check out. And then usually what happens is I'll get the order and I will reach out to you by email. The other part of this is the contract that we talk about. So that is on the website. If you click on the description for the Herd Share Starter Package, you will see a hyperlink in there where it talks about what you need to sign up for, and then it'll say sign our Herd Share agreement. It's bolded and in green. You click that and it's a digital form online that you can sign. You can also find this contract on the Get Raw Milk page of our website. Same thing, it's a hyperlink. If you miss it, I'll just email it to you. It's not a big deal. So it's checking out, putting in your card information, choosing your package, and then signing the contract. And then the way that we do this is we start new customers at the beginning of every month. So the first Monday in the new month starts the new billing cycle. So if you sign up halfway through the month, we'll give you an option. If you want to go ahead and pay for the full month, knowing that you may miss a gallon or two of milk, we can do that. We would have you start picking up at our farm. The reason that we don't start you halfway through the month at a new pickup location is because it does get a little confusing for the people that we work with. We give them a checklist with names, so they know who's supposed to get milk, and we want to keep it as simple as possible. Yeah. So if you want to start halfway through the month, we can certainly do that. We would just ask that you come to the farm and pick up your milk. So that is how that part of it works. It's all done on the website. If you have any trouble with that, I'm really quick to respond to emails, usually within the same day. Just shoot me a message, and I'll even call you and walk you through it. But that's how the sign up process works. And then you'll see the billing is pretty much automated after that. If you ever need to change your plan, if you need to add more milk or go down to a half share package, we do that too. We're pretty flexible. If you go on vacation and you need to pause your milk, we're super easy to work with. You just have to communicate that to us. So if you're going out of town and you want to front your milk and say get 2 gallons 1 week, skip a week, we can do that. So very flexible. I think that's a big benefit in working with a small farm like this, is we can do just about anything with communication. New products for the herd share for the dairy. We are starting to offer cream. So heavy cream, heavy whipping cream. I don't know why they call it heavy whipping cream. It is just heavy cream.
Just cream.
So we are offering that now. So if you're in the herd share program, you can add that on to your, you can order it as needed to pick up with your milk each week. And then we have skim milk available too. So cream would be $12 for a pint. And then the skim milk would be $5 for a gallon. So those can be add-ons in addition to your subscription with the herd share.
Yep.
So, any questions, just let us know.
Okay, so the market. So us and a couple other local farms this year started the Campbell County Farmers Market, which is right there in that parking lot across from the old courthouse.
69 Cabler Lane.
In the middle of Rustburg.
In the middle of Rustburg. Can't miss it.
Yeah, so we set up there on Saturdays from 8 o'clock in the morning until noon. That is the only physical market that you can come and find us at. Which raises a lot of questions because we were permanent vendors with the Forest Farmers Market last year, and we loved that market. We did great at that market. We still, we have so many customers in the Forest area. I would say the majority of our customers are in the Forest area now because of that market. And I think we did really well for our first year. I mean, that was our first time being at a market every week, which is a big deal for a young farm. That's the best way to get the word out about you, to have those conversations with people, shake hands, build relationships, and that's exactly what we did, and we had a great time doing it at Forest. Unfortunately, the market manager decided, she reviewed our application for the 2024 season, and she said she wasn't going to have us back. She had decided not to have Triple Oaks Farm back at her market. And that's really unfortunate. We had some suspicions.
We weren't given a reason. We were just told that we weren't accepted back in, and we didn't ask. Like you said, we had our suspicions as to why.
Well, yeah, towards the end of the season, we weren't even allowed to advertise our herd share program. I mean, Forest Farmers Market is a producer-only market, so you're only supposed to sell things that your farm produces, and we never sold any milk or anything like that at the Forest Market, but we certainly advertised the herd share program. Well, towards the end of the season, we were told that we weren't even allowed to advertise for the herd share program. We had asked about our herd share on a chalkboard sign, and we were told that we couldn't do that. So, I'm not. It's definitely for the better, because I don't live my life like that level of control, and I don't want to run. I'm not going to run my business.
And to be clear, we stopped. We said okay.
Yeah, when I was told to stop, I walked out. I took my little chalkboard sign down. I was mad about it. Yeah,
we did disagree and said, well, we developed this herd share program. We're not selling products here.
Yeah, we're just talking about it.
But so we kind of expressed why we disagreed, but we abided. We were like, okay, we'll stop talking about it.
Her reasoning for that was, well, we don't make the milk.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't advertise the herd share program because the herd share program is managing a product that we did not produce ourselves. And again, we weren't selling it. But here's my argument: if you're going to scrutinize a farm to that degree, well, let's scrutinize every vendor to that degree. You have a man there at your market selling barbecue. He did not grow that pig or that beef or that chicken that he's putting through a value-added process and then reselling. He's not producing that meat. Same with the freaking cotton candy. They're not making the sugar. The coffee vendor's not growing the beans, but they're putting something through a value-added process and then reselling it. This is capitalism. This is how people make their money. And you're running a dictatorship. Sorry, I'm getting a little fired up.
I'm going to have to rein him in. But
we're not,
point
listen,
is-
we're also not special. So many people
Yeah.
have been kicked out or not allowed to sell at
Yeah.
the Forest Farmers Market, but that's the story.
that's kind of where our suspicions come in. And you know, another part about us is we are going to be open, and we want to be honest with our customers.
And people don't like that.
And so, yeah. And so many of you have asked why we're not there, and I even got stopped at Walmart. Because we're not at the Forest Farmers Market, we still deliver every Saturday to Forest, to George's. So yes, George's is a pickup location for our herd share program. We also deliver orders for meat and eggs and lard and honey and all these other things that we sell every Saturday. So if you were a Forest Farmers Market customer of ours and you don't already and you still want to purchase from us, you can order on our website, choose George's as your pickup location, and I will meet you there every Saturday at 10 a.m. to deliver your order. That's how we meet that. I met almost 25 people there one Saturday. So we still serve a majority of our customers in Forest. We are committed to serving you in Forest. We have not gone anywhere because we wanted to. So we encourage you to, ask these questions if you have a concern. We are in no way trying to slander anybody, but we just want you to know this was not our decision not to be there. And then we get asked about why we're not at the Lynchburg Community Market. People have no idea. You can't just go sell wherever you want. You think that, you can just go sell your products. Well, you can't. There are people that make these decisions, and we have just been told they have too many meat vendors right now. So I would encourage you to go to that market, look at your options. There are a lot of great vendors there. It's a great market, but we cannot get in. We have tried.
Several times. I have tried.
Times.
Oh, yeah. And that's frustrating because that's the two largest markets in our area. And we can't, we either been not allowed or can't get in. We even, since we can't even get in a visitor spot at the Lynchburg Community Market, I can't even buy a space for a week from those people.
Which you do have to pay for, by the way. You do rent and pay to be vendors at these markets. So
since we can't physically get in, we have friends that sell their goods at the Lynchburg Community Market. So we reached out to them, like, hey, would it be possible for you to sell our pork at the Lynchburg Community Market? That person asked the market manager if they could do that, if they could resell some pork from their neighbors, which these are our neighbors. And that was actually approved. The market manager of the Lynchburg Community Market allowed our friends to sell our product through his booth as an add-on product. And that was going really well. I think if there was too many meat vendors at your market, then why were we selling so much through a middleman? Imagine if I actually walked in the door myself. Imagine if Mackenzie was there, what we would do. But anyways, that went on for 3 or 4 weeks?
It was like 3 weeks. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they were told, I know I told you, I gave you permission. I gave you my word. I told you one thing, but now I'm going to go back on my word and say I'm not going to allow this. So we sold pork through the back door essentially for a few weeks, and I couldn't even keep that up because the level of control that goes on in these farmers markets, these places where local farms are supposed to have to sell their goods, but they're controlled by people. So unfortunately, we have to deal with people.
So there's your tea. That's why we're not at those two markets.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I was telling him. So spilling the tea is like the thing. So listen, and we're not trying to start drama. We're just telling you the truth. And we're spitting facts, and that's how we are. We're open. You ask us in Walmart. I had a girl stop me and ask me why we weren't there. I was wearing my shirt, and I told her. So we're just being honest. So because of that, that's why we're not in Lynchburg. That's why we're not in Forest. That's why we started our own market in Rustburg. We're both from Rustburg. You know, it feels right to be there. It's like a nostalgic feeling to be across from the old courthouse. So we love it there, and we hope that it continues to grow. And, you know, we're going to sell wherever we want to, however we want to, by whatever means necessary. And so we're going to continue to push there.
Well, I think we need to talk about why we started the Campbell County Farmers Market, you know,
versus
in
being back-
Rustburg.
yeah,
and
yeah,
there is a Rustburg market on Thursday. The Rustburg Farmers Market is its own thing, and well, we did sell with the Rustburg Farmers Market a little bit last year. And so just to go into a little bit of that, some of our close friends and other local farmers were kicked out of the Rustburg Farmers Market for no good reason at all. And so here I am complaining about something similar happened to us, you know, and then it's happening to my friends. So I could not watch that happen and continue to stay with that group. Morally, I was conflicted. And if I don't act on that gut feeling, then what am I as a man? So we walked away from that market, and another one did as well shortly after. And then it was those farms that walked away or were kicked out that formed the Campbell County Farmers Market. Farmers created this market, and farmers will manage this market.
So there's a board. There's a board of supervisors, or whatever you want to call it, board members for the Campbell County Farmers Market. So not just one person has the say. So
Yeah.
we all get to decide together how this market should run, who we're going to have at the market, and that's how it should be. And
We need a
most of
free
the board
place
members
to
are.
sell.
Yeah, we need a free place to sell and to do it the way that we want. So
Yeah.
that's where the Campbell County Farmers Market came from. It's not meant to be a confusing thing, but that's why we're there and not at Rustburg.
Yeah. We need a
So-
place to sell our goods ungoverned, the way it's supposed to be. We're just trying to feed our community. It would be so much easier if people would just keep their dirty little fingers out of it. But this is life.
So we've talked a long time on this podcast, number 1 episode. You got your tea, you got some information about the herd share program.
Yeah.
So the best way to support us is, one, buy as little as you can from the grocery store. You know, I think the only thing we get at Walmart now is like paper products, and we understand we can't feed everybody. We don't have.
If you're making paper plates,
Yeah, let us know.
paper towels out there,
Let us know.
in America, and we can support you. Let us know.
So that's the best way is find a farm, find a neighbor. If your neighbor's selling eggs, buy your neighbor's eggs. You know, we need to be focused on community farming and working together. And
our farmers, our food producers, need to be allowed to sell their goods to feed our community.
So if anything that we said today strikes a chord with you, or you have more questions, feel free to reach out to us. If you have a suggestion on what our next podcast should be, or in something that you're interested in,
or
a guest that you want us to interview or talk about, we're ready to get this thing rolling. So thank you if you watched this whole thing. Bless
also,
you.
like suggestions. The sound is probably going to suck. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was windy, and I get that. And
It'll get better.
maybe you don't
Stick
like
with
me,
us.
us under the tree or something.
Yeah.
You know, let us know. We're open. We're sponges. We're learning.
But we like to ramble, so we're gonna go. We have a customer here.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening, and we go live tonight at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
This probably will come out after the live.
Yeah.
But help keep our lives fun too. Ask us questions, anything you want about the business, about our farm.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. We'll answer it.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you.